What is up, everyone? Yes, we are back. It's been a while. We've been insanely busy, and we're finally getting to this. We've been planning it for weeks and weeks and weeks, haven't gotten to it. Tonight, we're just kind of pulling the trigger and getting it to you guys. As you can see, I'm in full dad mode because I got the kid on the way. I got the big old beard. I'm busy as hell. I don't have time to do anything. So right now, um, we are just welcoming you to our season finale episode. I'm really excited for this one. Um, just gonna go over a bunch of stuff like off-season buys and talk about the World Series and how crazy it was. I mean, Dodgers just dominated. Talk about a little bit on the Juan Soto drama, what's going on with that. Um, yeah, and Bowman Draft, Stadium Club, Topps Chrome update, which is like booming right now. We're gonna get to it, but obviously, as always, we welcome our partner, our bestie. We got our Ricky Witt Jr. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? I love how you say you're in full dad mode already. Like, wait
I
till you
am.
have two
Look
kids.
at
Wait,
this. Look
wait till you have
at
kids. You're gonna be ready to join fucking ZZ
see,
Top by then.
see, but you travel for work and stuff, so you got to stay good looking. Listen, I work in like factories and stuff, and like the worst places on earth. I can look like a giant piece of shit, and it wouldn't matter. So I don't have to look good for anyone. It just happens.
Word.
So we got some good amount to talk about right now. Let's start with go Bills. Fuck the Chiefs. You suck. Let's go. Woo! Yes.
I thought we should probably should have made a bet like before the podcast, right? I had to wear Bills gear if I lost.
Yeah,
We should have done
I'll give
something.
you a couple XLs that you'll swim in.
Yeah, we should have done something. But yeah, no, you know what? I'm already in full spin zone. I'm already like saying it's good for the Chiefs to have a loss, right? You don't want the
Yeah,
pressure
whatever.
of an undefeated season, right?
That's what
Every
everyone's saying.
time,
They're like, well, they should lose right
yeah,
now because when playoffs come, that's when they're gonna win.
yeah.
Shut up.
I'm
It's
dude,
finally gonna be
spin
our
zone.
year. But we'll move on from that. Let's talk real quick. We just had a show. Um, Oddly enough, probably our best show in a few months. Yeah, I mean, I had to leave at noon because I had my baby shower. I feel like I would have sold a lot more if I didn't. But I sold some stuff, probably like 500 or 600 bucks worth of stuff, which is, encouraging for a November show. It's real. I'm not mad about it at all. You did really well as always with your vintage. You're a vintage king.
Yeah, obviously, I've kind of shifted focus a little bit. I'm still, you know me, I'm still prospecting. I've kind of narrowed my list to 15 or so guys, so being a little bit more selective lately. But at the shows, I found a niche, man. Where like I'm filling the void where no one else is filling. So and I love vintage. I grew up with vintage, so I brought some modern stuff. I only took it out for friend of the program, our boy Buffalo Joe. I did let him and his buddy rifle through it a little bit, but I like literally didn't even set a single new card on the table. Plus, end of the season, we're moving into the wintertime where baseball takes a big dip. So I was avoiding selling a lot of stuff at the low low.
Yeah, I surprisingly I actually did make some money on some stuff. Picked up another Kyle Teal raw out of 99, real clean. That's get sent to grading. I did sell my Colt Keith Gold rookie auto, which I am not happy with. It was so clean. Uh, I wish I wouldn't, but when you can get premium comps at a PSA 9 for a raw card, I couldn't pass it up, and it was in my Mookie Betts deal, so I'm kind of killing that deal already. I already sold so much stuff, and I got a Jackson Churchill PSA 10 Bowman first auto out of it, so I can't really complain. But besides that, I mean, it was really great. We got David Adams coming up. I don't think we have a show throughout December or May. No,
I think there is a Batavia show, but we didn't. I don't think we put ourselves in for it.
I don't think we did either. Well, I will probably end up skipping that one. If we
Yeah.
did, we'll probably end up missing it purely because I'm kind of in holding pattern and I'm gonna be buying a few things here and there just to grade. I think I'm actually in the process of talking to a dude on a junior Caminero Bowman for or Topps Chrome Auto. It's actually the out of 175 Aqua Lava Lamp
Ooh.
and it looked pretty clean. So he's actually a former. I was just talking about him coming on the podcast because he's a former prospect in the Blue Jay system. Jesse
Nice.
Litch, and
Oh, right
I
on.
was talk. Yeah, I was just talking to him to possibly come on one day, and I'm gonna be getting this to go in the grading order. So, you know, hopefully for that. But besides that, we're gonna come up with David Adams in January. Hopefully, baseball will be heating up again, coming into spring training. Moving on to that. That's always a great show. I always move with great stuff. So I'll probably put a few things away, not bring it out. But besides that, I think yeah, things look good at the show. Really encouraging for the hobby and in that sense that people were buying some baseball and made me happy. But besides that, we have to talk about the World Series. I don't what's there what's there to say? We got Shohei Ohtani establishing himself as again, Tom will kill me if I say this, but the greatest player of all time. He's an animal here at the shoulder, went in, still cranking and stuff. He's so goddamn good. Freddie Freeman finally just getting the respect that he always deserved, tearing the piss out of the ball, grand slam. His hobby status, like finally, I think he went to a time where it was actually, you know, prevalent. I'm not gonna say his autos from this year are gonna be worth a ton of money, but I think his rookie stuff now is a premium card.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I think he took the biggest like reputation career arc leap in this World Series, right? Like he went on a historic run
Mhm.
of consecutive games with homers. At the, for a spell there, had the best team in the world on his back, which was really really cool to see. We saw a resurgent Walker Bueller who's going to get freaking paid now in free agency.
Hopefully the
Um,
Sox.
yeah, we'll see. I think the Braves are. I think the Braves might go ham this offseason to try to get back up in
Really?
the conversation. Yeah, they're looking at Adames. I think they're looking at Bueller. But yeah, like we
Adamas
got to.
has been also he's been friggin' connected with everyone. Like this offseason, everyone's going to everyone at this point. It's hard to believe because then you got the Soto. We'll get to it. World Series.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman.
Right. So yeah, Freddie gets a second ring in 3 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Hmm.
Now one with two different franchises. So and you just also can't happen to a better guy, right? Like
Mookie
he's
Betts also gets his third. Is this his third?
it's at least his second. Did he have two with the Sox or just one?
18 and 20. 18 and 21.
Yeah. 21
21,
was the
right?
Braves. 21 was the Braves.
Have the Sox not won since 18?
I don't think so, dude.
It hasn't been that long since Mookie Betts has been gone, has it? No, because they won. They won the World Series, and then he was gone. Was it 18?
So
Oh
their
shit, it
last win
might.
is 18, dude. Yeah, and he
Jeez.
wasn't on the team for the 13 win. So yeah, Mookie's second, Freddie's second, and just always lovely to see the Yankees lose, right? Like it's even
Yes,
though
it is.
yes, the Dodgers did go out and buy a team, but it's still awesome to watch the Yankees lose, no matter who they play. So
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron Judge was like until like the World Series, like third game, I mean, like he was just
where was he?
gone.
Yeah,
What I don't know what happened. Stanton looked great. Stanton, I mean, that was a great encouragement for him.
yep,
But now it's to the point where is Soto Soto's got to be gone from the Yankees. I
yeah,
feel like I mean, you have the Mets obviously being the number one team that was reported, and it's obvious that they have been it for a while. And then the Sox put on apparently a fucking crazy presentation from him, and I guess that he's from reports from the Athletic, um, it's between the Sox and the Mets, which is insane. I will do some bad things if he comes to the Sox. Okay, listen. I will parade through the street naked. Public indecency, yes, please. I don't care. I don't care. I'll fucking go crazy. I never like Juan Soto anyway. So if he doesn't, like, I don't care. But if he does, my God, man, my God,
yeah,
like, come on. Like, he's 25 still. This guy's been in the league for like 14 years. He's
yep,
he's elite. I obviously know he's elite. Did I love him? No, but if he comes here, yeah, I love him. Yeah, I fucking love him.
yeah.
That'd be killer.
Yeah, he's top 5 or 6 players in the game right now. The problem is though, it's like he doesn't take the Red Sox to the promised land. Like if they make the investment of $600 million, they're gonna have to spend more and open up that bank. And they're gonna have to give him that commitment that they're bringing in at least 2 or 3 more pieces with him.
And I think I think the pieces are just purely rotation pieces. I don't think you need anything beyond that with the prospects you have coming up. And I think the pieces come from you trading Willie Abreu and maybe or Jaron Duran or Ceddanne Rafaela and probably Christian Campbell. I don't want to trade Christian Campbell, but you basically had a no-name guy turn into a top 10 prospect in a
Yep.
year. So maybe use that to go after Garrett Crochet, make this team relevant again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a scenario where this doesn't work out for you. You're not going to trade Roman Anthony. You're not going to trade Marcelo Mayer. You're not going to trade Kyle Teal. Maybe Christian Campbell is that guy, I mean, it's the big four they keep talking about. But again, the Sox prospects just keep rolling in, and they're getting. I mean, their farm
Yeah.
is just exploded. When's the last time we've seen a farm be this
Yeah.
strong?
Yeah, and it's really hard. I know they're the big four, but it's really hard to have 4 prospects like that actually all come up together and hit and make a team super successful. It is.
But also, when have we seen a team have 4 guys in an MLB in the top 25 prospect rankings? 4 in the top 25? That's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are premium guys, And Christian Campbell going from unranked to number 10 in 1 year. Come on. It's either it's a fluke or the kid figured it out and he's a god among men. Or it is a fluke and you utilize that to trade for a prominent player that's established, Garrett Crochet per se. I like Christian Campbell. I thought he tore up. But also, do you need another? I mean, he's an infielder. He's a middle infielder, which you desperately need. You do. And you're not going to trade Roman Anthony.
No chance.
Fuck no. So here's the issue now. You got Braden Montgomery coming, who's also an outfielder. I believe, right? Braden Montgomery outfielder. That makes sense to me.
Montgomery is an outfielder, yes.
Yeah. I think it's inevitable. Yoshida, Duran, Abreu, or Rafaela. I would probably say not Rafaela because he has that multi-positional capability.
Yeah, and not Yoshida. No one's taking on that contract for a negative defensive player.
Yes. And I was honestly, Yoshida was great second half of the year for his bat. I loved everything about it. But Duran and Abreu are probably going to be. I was actually arguing with someone at the show about this. And he's like, why would we do that? They're so good. Because you have it's a franchise and you have other positions to fill. And you have young superstar talent possibly coming up behind them. I think Duran is at the age where it would make sense for them to move him. But also, Abreu just won the Gold Glove. His stock is high. They think he's going to be a very, very good player. I don't think he's ever going to hit over 20 home runs or hit 270. That's kind of I like him, but that's kind of my thought on it. I think that's what you do. You move Abreu and another prospect. Go get Garrett Crochet.
Yeah. I like it.
But World Series Mookie Betts again. Yeah, we always go on the tangents. I love our tangents.
I will say, if we do recall our World Series predictions, Tom's was the absolute worst. Right?
As always, that's Tom.
He had Phillies over Astros. You were second worst with Mets over Guardians. I did pick the winner.
If we talk about
no, you're second worst. You're second worst. You're second worst.
I'm the second best. If we talk about this, if we talk about like a March Madness bracket, no one had the Mets as far as I did. No one.
Well, you were also the only one that picked every round. So here we go.
Whatever.
Just give me a little time to shine. I picked the Dodgers correctly. I picked the winner. Yes, I picked over the Guards, but
yeah, you picked the favorite. No,
we at least
no
have
shit.
At least one of us knows our shit on this podcast.
It ain't Tom. You know what? Tom is the goddamn best at finding random ass prospects that no one has heard of and then end up
Mhm,
being really good prospects. Like him with Susana.
mhm.
Susana was and Caden Dana, both of them. He called them. I
Yeah,
can't believe he did. He knows his shitty pitching prospects that are gonna
yeah,
end up being good. And if you learn a lesson from that, clearly Tom knows his pitching prospects. So he said Chase Burns is gonna be a god, so invest in Chase Burns. Clearly. Clearly.
yeah,
So
buddy.
World Series, Dodgers win it. Shohei Ohtani, superstar god among men. It ain't a secret. He's so goddamn fucking good. And this is why I want to segue into this. Now that we got off season, there's a lot of stuff gonna be moving around and people to buys right now. We don't. I want to talk our best buys because this is prime. If someone's selling on Facebook or any other platform, prime time to buy. Get these guys on the low, And we're gonna do. We talked about this. So we're gonna do five apiece. I wrote down a ton of names.
Yeah, me too.
I We'll go back and forth on this. We're
Okay.
gonna do let's do our. I want to do the top five of each for us for worst buys in this offseason. And my number one is actually a guy who I constantly see be posting on Facebook and people ask, dude, how much, how much, how much? And it's Brewers prospect Brock Wilken. This is a stupid investment in my point. I really do think this guy is not good. I know he's a Vanderbilt guy and he's a first rounder. We tend to love Vanderbilt guys. But when this guy got to double A, he spent his whole season, he played one game rookie ball, got called right up to double A. The dude hit 199 with 133 strikeouts in 108 games with 17 home runs. And that's the only thing people see is
Yeah,
17 home runs. He's
and
22 years old.
he followed that up with AFL performance going 155 with a 570 OPS. Yes,
Yeah.
his stroke looked awesome in the AFL Home Run Derby. I'll give him that. Like his
And
swing,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but he's one dimensional and he is exploited already at the low levels of the minors. I couldn't agree with you more on that one, buddy.
This guy is a shittier, more athletic Rowdy Tellez.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
there's no appeal. Don't buy him.
Yep.
He's not good. And if I'm wrong, come and punch me square in the face. Like, I have no
um,
interest in this guy
yeah,
being a appealing player.
yeah. All right. So I'm gonna actually lump, and I think I see some of these guys on your best buys. I'm gonna lump like the top 10 first round picks from draft on my do not buy list, only
Okay.
because there's the massive new product release hype. And when I did the Chrome rundown, when we did a Bowman rundown, so we've talked about this, that there is like a 4+ month cool off period from new products. So
Yes.
draft drops like December 4th, right? There's going to be hype for 6 weeks, and then we're only a few weeks away from pitchers and catchers, right? And some of these guys might make big league camps and just explode that hype even further. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying it because I don't believe in a lot of these guys. I'm saying it because the prices are going to be outrageous. I'm going to avoid singles at least. I'll probably get in some breaks, but singles of any of the top 10 to 15 guys from draft.
I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Money's tight right now. I'm spending a ton of money on getting this ready for this baby and stuff. Do I really want to get in a break? Yes. And if we're gonna say you're gonna go say worst buys is some of those guys, I'll rebuttal later. But there's two guys I do really like in that, and that they're the ones that have probably shine the most. But I think they're actually gonna be the ones like in that draft class in this product that are gonna be some of the ones who actually fall below that premium line where they're going to be like, okay, this is a good team. It's a top 10 team to get in a break. But I actually think it'll be like more in the reasonable spot. Rockies are going to be premium and Guardians are going to be crazy fucking expensive. Um, or not Rockies. Rockies are not going to be good in that because Condon's not even in it. So yeah, but we'll move on. My other worst is going to be Shohei Ohtani. It's it's a terrible buy because of how expensive it is. I'm not saying he's not going to be good. He's going to be phenomenal. But when maybe like right before spring training, he could be a buy. But I remember I owned a pink Topps Chrome PSA 10 rookie. I sold it for like 350 bucks. They're going for like 660 now. Okay. They will fall back to that $400 range, I think. But my God, I never thought it was going to be like this. This is crazy. This is crazy. So again, yeah, it's
Yep.
not a point of like skill, obviously. It's just a point of, you know, they're so high. They will
Yep.
fall. They always
Yep.
do.
Yep. All right. My next pick is actually the chase in Chrome. I'm gonna go Leo DeVries. He put on an absolutely abysmal showing in the fall league. Like
Hmm.
he's overmatched, right? He probably didn't necessarily need the invite at 18, but I mean, dude, he had, let me see how many hits he had. He was 12 for 67. He hit to a tune of 179 with a 582 OPS. And he was already overpriced from Chrome. So
Yeah.
he, for me to invest in this kid, it's going to take a long time for him to prove to me he's got it.
Yeah. I just like Salas. He was such a bad I when I pulled that out of 99 auto of him, it was gone the next day. It
Yep.
wasn't I wanted to get rid of it as soon as fucking possible. I just don't think these guys are so young, they're not worth it. That's why we just hate Bowman Chrome, you know? These guys are so hyped. They're like, "Oh, he got this huge signing bonus." They're fucking 17-year-olds facing 17-year-olds.
Hmm.
If you know what? Like Salas got moved up quick and Salas actually gave me some encouragement because some of his game actually improved.
Yeah.
Not with the average and stuff, but, like, at his age when he hit double A, it was rough to start, but his catching skills and he was starting to drive the ball a little more. That was encouraging to me. I just can't get behind a 17-year-old kid in the prospect in the Dominican Prospect League going nuts. If the kid hit 1,000, then yeah, my eyes open. But it's
Right.
just like, yeah. Um, I agree with that one, man. So this one's gonna be a little surprising. Probably, I'm kind of following the theme for my whole worst buys of expensive. It's Roman Anthony. If you can get Roman Anthony for cheap, obviously, it's a great buy. But his stuff is still gonna be. And I made the mistake last year. I somehow got out of it in spring training last year, which is off season still, I guess per se. Dude, I bought a purple PSA 10. You know how the story, obviously. I bought the thing for like 530, and that thing fell in a month to like $300. Now it's back up to the that level, but it's because he had one of a phenomenal season, and he got called all the way to AAA from after like a year of being 19 years old. That's the difference. That's a 19-year-old you can invest in. But at the moment, he's just way, way too expensive.
Yep. Agreed. Um, At this point, it was really hard for me to keep going down on some bad buys because yeah, like all the biggest names, right? You want the guys that had huge seasons this last year, they're through the roof. The top 5 prospects, the top 3 or 4 rookie there guys. They're always tough because they had the highest hype going in the offseason, so they're going to carry hype over. I'm going to throw out a name, taking from experience of how shitty it worked out for me last year. Um, is Thomas Sagasi. So he's a
Really?
guy with a path very much like Jacob Marcy, right? Mid to late round pick. I think Sagasi is a 5th round pick. Um, Showed off really well, progressed really nicely in the minors. Um, has really good bat to ball skills. I don't see a path for him in St. Louis. I mean, they're talking about trading Arenado. I just don't see that happening. So with Wynn and Arenado, like I don't know
I believe
where
Goldschmidt's gone though.
are they really going to move this kid to first base? I don't know.
So the thing with Thomas Segasi is that he is multi-positional. He can play second base too, along with third. Um, even if they don't trade Arenado, I mean, he could play first base, which Arenado is going to play third base or first base. It ain't going to happen, obviously.
No
Um,
way.
I just think again, the Cardinals experiment has failed miserably. We've been talking about this for like the last 2, 3 years.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and the reason he's top of my list is because he destroyed the fall league, right? So with that huge dip that he had, he's back getting some huge hype. that hype can only continue here, which is I think overvalue his cards is what I'm saying.
All right. So yeah, I get what you're saying. I actually really like Thomas Sagazi. I mean, the only thing I could say is that yes, when he touched the league though, it was really fucking disappointing.
It's gross.
It wasn't great.
Hmm.
Um, but it's kind of the theme we've been seeing here for the Cardinals, and I do believe they actually fired a lot of their staff recently. I think I've seen that. They're moving on with some coaches and stuff. But Thomas Sagazi, I think there is a path, maybe. Nolan Gorman is not their guy.
Yeah,
Jordan Walker is not their guy. I just think they have a wide open team right now. Like Mason Wynn, I feel like is one of the only guys who I think you see in their future on this team. You know, well, actually, you know what? Wilson Contreras actually just got moved officially to first base too. So I do agree it's a tough road for Thomas
it's a tough
Sagazi, but
road, man.
I I just I just can't. Okay, I don't want to disagree. I don't want to hate on it. Top. I
Yeah,
just can't.
go ahead.
I just can't see it being a bad buy when he's been forgotten about for so long. I think he might be actually a decent buy
But this
because he
AFL
has.
puts him back on the map, dude. Just again,
Yeah,
I'm just gun
this is.
shy from the Jacob Marcy.
I think this is a little bit of a PTSD for you in this
Yes,
sense. I
precisely.
do like Thomas Sagazi, not to the fact for the AFL stuff. It's because he did have a absolutely phenomenal minor league career so far, and I think he has a lot of potential. But except when he got hurt and everything, and I just think there's a possibility here. I just think he's similar to Nolan Gorman, where everyone's like, okay, he's okay. This kid could be. He has some hype. He comes up, he's pretty good, and then I mean, Nolan Gorman is now pretty much irrelevant.
Hmm.
I just can't say he's the worst buy because he's so cheap. Do I think
Sure.
there's a super fucking high ceiling? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And maybe I agree with the AFL hype. He has that hype, and everyone's like thinking, "Oh, he's back to what he used to be." So it's tough. It's tough. The high risk I don't see there. And I don't think it's super high risk. So that's my thought. I'm just gonna. I don't even want to throw this in there because this guy is obviously the worst buy possible right now. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna clump it up. I'm gonna clump it up. Paul Skeens, terrible buy. Jackson Merrill, terrible buy. Again, Christian Campbell, now super expensive. One guy I actually think is actually not a bad investment. He is a top 10 prospect, but also it's tough. Like Marcelo Mayer, also a tough buy right now because he is a top
Hmm.
5 prospect, super hype. So these guys, I like. But one do I want to talk about? I want to. This is my fence guy because those are all my top 5. It's just the same theme for me.
Hmm.
This is my fence guy right now. Davison De Los Santos. He's a bad buy in the sense that he had a crazy season, phenomenal, but his stock dropped because of he was traded to the Marlins.
Yep.
So this is what I'm kind of thinking. Plus, here's the plus: he got traded to the Marlins, so his stuff dropped. Negative: he was traded to the Marlins and so his stock dropped. Plus, he's very talented and young, but he's a catcher. It's there's so many back and forths here, you know.
Yeah, he's a third baseman. He's corner infield.
He also played catcher.
Did he? Maybe
Oh,
super
wait,
early. Yeah, he's
I'm
he's
thinking
corner
of
infield.
Augustin Ramirez.
There you
Sorry.
go. Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, no.
Davis Dos Santos. Yeah, he's an outfielder.
You know me. I was a big Davy guy. I had a bunch of Davy. I sold all of it, I think now.
And I had the
Um,
gold. I had the gold Bowman first auto, which I
yeah,
sold at a show the day before he got traded to the Marlins.
yeah. I don't trust the Marlins. You would think the move there gets them to the bigs faster, which gets you to a payday faster, but I don't trust the Marlins to do anything smart
But also,
organizationally
I
ever.
think he's going to be a DH. The
Yeah,
kid
DH.
he's just like looks like he's bred to be a DH. But also, I mean, Jordan Alvarez, DH.
Hmm.
But dude, you could see Davis and De Los Santos being a similar path like him.
Sure, sure,
Maybe
sure.
even a little more athletic, you know?
Yeah.
He's my fence guy. I just don't know
Yep.
what to do. I was actually just negotiating for 2 of his Bowman first autos on Instagram, which I didn't make a deal. comps are really off.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, yeah, that's kind of my fence guy there. Do you have any more for worst buys?
No, my last picks were actually just those big names that you mentioned. Just again, just because of the pricing, just because of the hype, there's not much to gain by investing in them right now. I don't think
Yeah, I also
we
threw
missed
in
them.
Bryce Eldridge. Again,
Sure.
really expensive. Freddie Freeman, too expensive. Mookie Betts, Francisco Lindor. There's a lot there, you know. There's just
Hmm.
a lot there that I just can't get behind, you know, because they're so expensive right now.
Yep.
Let's do our favorite segment, our top 10 best buys. And my number one, as always, who we've been talking about for what, the last 6, 7 months, being our absolute guy for next year. Can we take a guess who it is?
Junior Caminero.
Ooh, wrong, actually.
Mm.
Come on. Who? Who but Jordan Lawler?
Jordan Lawler. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My
Who?
bad. My
Who?
bad. My bad.
Who
They're
but
one A.
Jordan
They're one
Lawler?
A and one B. They're one A and one B.
Yes, Jordan Lawler is a goddamn shoo-in for that lineup next year. When he
Yep.
made his return to AAA, again, tore up, went right to the Dominican Winter League, and is currently tearing the fucking piss out of the ball.
Yep.
We can't forget this guy was the chase in Bowman Draft.
Yep.
He was the absolute chase. It was him and Marcelo Mayer. And I don't know why people are sleeping on Jordan Lawler. His rookie cards are out. His Bowman first stuff is out. And they're not that expensive for like
No.
base and like refractors. They are not expensive,
Yep.
especially Bowman first stuff. This guy is the best buy in baseball right now. He is going to be in that lineup next year. And I actually had someone, we talked about this. I had someone talk to me and say, "Oh, dude, I don't know. I think Tommy Troy is going to take his spot." And I want to put my fist through my phone and punch this guy in the face. Tommy Troy fucking sucks. He doesn't sniff the shit out of Jordan Lawler's ass. Okay? Graphic as fuck. Good. I want you to understand. Jordan Lawler is the best buy in baseball.
Yep, I agree. He's been our boy for quite some time, and unlike Caminero, his stuff is very affordable for some reason. His top scrum stuff is really, really cheap still. The Diamondbacks have a history of being a solid franchise with developing the prospects. Obviously,
Mhm.
we saw Corbin Carroll absolutely dominate a couple years ago. They're a team that is still ready to
Ketel
compete.
Marte.
Yeah, Ketel Marte is awesome. They're a team that's still ready to compete. So when, not if, when he cracks that lineup on opening day, um, well, we're all going to be happy that we invested in Jordan Lawler.
Well, with Ketel Marte, he wasn't a prospect with the Diamondbacks, but he was a Mariner. But when he came to the Diamondbacks,
Yeah,
he became one of the best
yeah, the player
inf
development's great.
middle infielders in the league now.
Hmm.
They're second to none with developing guys, and, like, I just think they're, like they did fail with Alek Thomas, but maybe Alek Thomas just didn't
But
have it.
yeah,
But
I don't know.
Paul
Yeah.
Goldschmidt, like, so many talented players came out of the Diamondbacks franchise. They ended up
Hmm.
moving on, but maybe it's time for the Diamondbacks to, you know, especially after the push they've had recently, maybe they will stick with, some players and keep them for a bit, like Ketel Marte.
Yep.
And again, I mean, I don't know if you wanna give him as your number 1, feel free.
Yep. I already said it. He's my guy. I've been with him since day one. Junior Camaro's my guy.
I
Again,
think with
he's
podcast members, us all, like me, you, Sean, I think this is we all collectively have a ton. You just graded your Bowman First Blue, uh, True Blue, PSA 10. I just graded my Topps Chrome True Blue, and it also PSA 10. We're gonna have to touch our blue things together.
yeah, we'll dock our blues.
We'll dock our blues. And like I said, I'm negotiating for one right now. Here's the crazy thing is that I just sold my refractor rookie auto to Sean for $80. That's pretty much what they're going for. They're not that expensive.
How much is
Premium
that?
stuff, like premium, like golds, true blues, and stuff. Yes, they're going for some money, but you can rack up some serious money and a serious collection of refractors and stuff right now
Hmm.
and just go and grade them. Why not?
100%.
Just base autos are going for like $40.
It's criminal how
This
cheap
kid
his
could
Topps Chrome
be.
stuff is.
This kid is going to be better than what Wander Franco was supposed to be. R.I.P. Wander Franco got arrested again. Fucking creep.
Yeah, rest in fucking absolute maggots and dirt, you motherfucker. Sorry, that was a
I-
that was a terrible, terrible.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah, whatever. He's fuck
He's a piece
him.
of shit.
Yeah, but yeah, back to Junior. I mean, he's got all the tools. He's electric. He's going to be like one of those franchise faces. He's going to be like a big time jersey sales. He'll have to do it at a AAA park at Steinbrenner Field next year because the fucking dome blew off of the Trop. But
Yeah.
who
Is
knows?
that
That
where
actually
they're doing
that might be,
Are they
but
playing AAA last year?
that might be
They're
better
playing
for them.
AAA field? It might. It really
Yeah,
might.
yeah.
Where's that field?
It's in the Tampa area. I think it's in Tampa versus St. Pete, actually.
No humidor.
Yeah, I think it's open. Yeah, it's
Ball
open
will
air,
ball will fly.
right? I think it's open air. I don't think it has a roof.
Probably. But yeah, I super agree. Kid's an absolute fucking stud. And he fills in a team that has a huge gaping roof size hole for a superstar. So I have no disagreement here, buddy. None, even in the slightest. My next one actually is going to be a bit of surprise because he is more of an expensive player, but his stuff has come down to earth enough. So his stuff is actually his base auto PSA 10s are affordable, and it's Walker Jenkins for me. I think Walker Jenkins has come to earth to the point where people can actually buy his cards here and there and not be, not spend $800 on a base auto. I think they're going for like maybe 250. No, probably not 250, maybe a little bit more. But I think it's a really good investment. And he's obviously one of the best prospects in baseball. And the Twins could use him in the next year, probably two, but maybe in the next year. I think
Yeah,
he's a stud. So Walker
yeah,
Jenkins, I think is a really great buy right now.
yeah. I mean, what's I mean, obviously he's the top 1 or 2 prospect in all of baseball, but what's even more exciting is he's fucking 19 still.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid's got so much growth still to go, and he's already destroying baseballs. So
Yeah.
exciting.
And he was drafted I believe second overall behind Dylan Cruz,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
There
For a
no
reason.
he was 5th. He fell. He was in the
Okay. I
he
didn't
fell
know he was
behind
that late. I
Skeens.
forgot.
Yeah, Cruz, Skeens. There were a couple guys ahead of him. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. But still,
Um,
he's a great buy.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, I'm thinking
my
because he was the number 2 player. He was the number 2 best player to
yes.
get in Bowman Draft. That's what.
Yes. All right. My next pick. I'm gonna go with my boy. I'm a homer. I got the hat on. I'm going with my little chub, Moises Ballesteros.
The meatball.
The
The
absolute
fucking
meat wad.
meatball.
The absolute meat wad, but the kid is awesome. He tore up the fall league. He made it all the way to AAA this year. There's a path for him. I don't think the Cubs have a long-term solution at catchers. All reports are he's becoming a better receiver. He's calling games better. He's got a good arm. So he definitely has a path to be the Cubs' #1
He's
catcher
just a
here.
better Alejandro Kirk.
It's right. He's a better Alejandro Kirk. And like he is a professional hitter already. Like as a catcher, I think he is a 300 plus 25 home run guy, which is rarefied air from a catcher. So Moises
Yeah.
Ballesteros is my guy.
I
And he's cheap.
I'm gonna
He's still pretty
he is
cheap.
fucking crazy cheap. He was crazy, and he did have a really good AFL.
My man.
He's gonna be so cursed because of you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or the Cubs.
I'm gonna piggyback your Cubs. Not because I'm a homer, but just because I think I've been following this kid for
You've been
2
watching the Premier
years.
12?
I have, and Kobe Thomas, Jesse
Tomorrow?
Crawford, Tamar,
Yeah. Yeah,
been
the team's
fucking
awesome.
amazing.
Team's awesome.
So I am going with Owen Casey. Owen Casey is a Cubs prospect
Ooh.
who has been so slept on. I remember I sold it to you, or did I sell it to you? The purple, right?
Yeah, I dimed
Okay, and a
it.
gem, of course, because I'm a piece of shit. Um, and I love that card. A purple Bowman first, Owen Casey I sold to Rick. Before we were best friends and partners. He was just a simple guy who bought off me, and then I invited him, and now he's ruining my life. Owen Casey played his whole
Oh,
season
man.
AAA this year.
Love it.
127 games, 278 average, 19 home runs. He's 22 years old. He's an outfield prospect, and I I don't think 5 tools are all there. I don't think his running ability is, like, out of this world. I think he could be a 15 to 20 stolen base guy, but I think his power is real, and at 21 years old, I think he's gonna fill in his body, so I don't think he'll get as much stolen
Yeah.
bases, but, glove's great, and his bat is really good, and I think, the Cubs could really use him after really failing on,
Yep.
Morel, so I like him a lot. He's an absolute stud, and his cards are
Love him.
really, 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 really fairly priced.
Yeah, they're affordable. I love it. All right, I'm gonna go off the injured list here. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
with a guy that we both like. He was a second rounder, but he proved that he had first round talent before he banged up his elbow. And this is not just an offseason buy. I think this is a buy like into the season because he's probably going to be out maybe into the middle of the year. But it's Luke Keschel.
yes, I was gonna put him on
Mhm.
here, and it's a great shout. My issue with him being a great buy, the rules were because people are very aware of him now. Is he cheap? Yes. Could I see him be very good? Yes. Very, very, very good. Opposed, and I wanna add him to the worst buys, who's the other Twins prospect that everyone's, like, been buying? I forgot his name.
Winokur was the other big one from that year.
I think it's might be Winokur. You just talk about Luke Keeschel real quick. I'm gonna look up Twins prospects because 'cause I'm gonna get annoyed if I don't look now.
But I mean, between he plays a premium position, right? He's a second baseman. He's got again incredible bat to ball skills. His barrel rates are off the charts. He's again in an organization that typically is solid with their prospect handling. We see Twins prospects. Royce Lewis obviously gets hurt all the time, but I mean he's awesome. I don't think there's a long term roadblock for Keschal to make the bigs. So yeah, dude, I think with the injury and how extended it
Okay.
will be,
I like
I think
Brandon
he's a good buy.
Winokur. Sorry. I take it back. I like Brandon Winokur. 19 years old, hit 250, 14 home runs. I'll take that back. I like him.
Who are you thinking?
Um,
Emmanuel Rodriguez? Who are you thinking?
well, thanks for ruining it. I'm gonna go with Emmanuel Rodriguez as my next one. Um, a guy who used to be super fucking hyped
Oh
about
yeah,
2 years ago in 22, and he had a really poor 23, hit 240, hit 16 homers. Wasn't super encouraging, but he was actually with 4 teams this year. He played a game in A, played I mean, so realistically, he's played most of the season in Double A. He got hurt most of this year. Um, but he made it all the way to Triple A, struggled, but his Double A was really encouraging. 298, 8 home runs in 37 games. It was very encouraging. I like Emmanuel Rodriguez. They I think he got called up for, like, a game but didn't play this
yeah, I think
year.
so. Yep.
So I think he's gonna end up being on the starting roster next year. He's an outfield guy. I'm a big fan. I like him a lot. I think he's great. I wasn't gonna pick him, so
I
he's
like that.
additive. So I'm gonna piggyback on this real quick. I'm just gonna add another one. My original guy is someone we both very much love and is on the USA team right now, Justin Crawford.
Yeah, dude.
We fucking love Justin Crawford. Until recently, I thought he was the brother of JP Crawford. I was very wrong.
Very
He's
wrong.
actually he's the son of Carl Crawford, which is even more encouraging.
Mhm.
Justin Crawford, man, he is. He's going to be a very good player,
Yeah,
especially with the Phillies shaking things up. I don't think he's I don't think he's close to making the league, honestly, but I do see his stuff going to be rising up. Probably a very much a parabola the next couple of years, up and down, up and down. This might
yeah,
be the lowest he could ever be,
I
honestly.
agree.
He's just a very talented outfielder. I think he's again 20 years old. He's going to fill in like his father because we didn't
Yep,
see Carl Crawford get to like hit big power until he was like 26. But Justin Crawford, I think, is an absolute stud. He's going to be a U.S.
I love it.
baseball player, and his father is Carl Crawford. So yeah,
I love
back
it.
to you, baby.
Um, all right, I'm actually gonna go like pretty deep on this one, and this is like a super value buy. Like this is a kid that I'm targeting outside of my top 10 to 15 because he's so cheap. Like base chrome auto right now are going for like $5 to $6. That's Gino Groover.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
dude,
Issue though, people. Okay, this what I got to give credit to someone else. I can't give it to you. This is all Sean.
motherfucker.
This is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When we did our Bowman preview
Hmm.
6 months ago, it was
Hmm.
all him. It was all him. He called
Oh,
Gino Groover, and Gino Groover had a
okay.
phenomenal, phenomenal season. Gino Groover
Nice.
stuff
Yeah, dude.
he has since become relevant. His stuff is well known now,
It's so
but it's
cheap
still
still.
very under the radar. It's still
Yeah.
very. You can get a gold PSA 10 for like $250 to $300.
Yeah, dude.
He's a really good buy. He's a
He's a
really good buy.
really good buy. He's maybe not 5 tool. I don't know if he'll ever develop like 30 home run pop, but he's gonna be a 2020 guy. He should hit close to 300. Again, he's a D-back, which we've already talked about their player development. Fared really, really well in the AFL. So as an 18-year-old kid, he hit 338 with
I
a
actually
767
so
OPS.
his 5 tool. He will not be a 5 tool player. Um, he's 22 now. Gino Groover.
He's
He
22
went
years
to
old.
NC State.
22 years old,
He's
my bad.
22. Yeah, he was actually a
I'm looking at
college,
the amount of
he was a
games he
college ball
played.
player.
Yeah, yeah, 22, 22. My bad.
Yes. So he was a college ball player. But what like is that
Yeah.
he hit 281, 11 homers on the year. I think I thought he was a lot thicker, but he's 6'1", 212. I think the power will follow along to
Dude,
him
he's an
getting
athlete, man.
maybe 25 to 30 home runs.
Dude,
I
he is
like
an
him a lot.
athlete.
I like
Yeah,
Gino Gruber a lot. He's a
he is an
great
athlete,
great
dude.
pick for the second round pick for the Diamondbacks. I think he's a
Yeah,
really good buy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Stu, let's see. Who else do I got? My best buys. All right, this is the obvious one. This is my favorite buy that I had last year. I'm frozen up now. Here we go. This besides Jordan Lawler, this had to be my favorite buy, and I sent it to you at the Natty. It was one of my favorite buys. This is gonna be Cam Collier. Cam Collier is a Reds prospect. He is still 19 years old. He did hit 249, but the encouraging part is that the kid is literally, I believe he was playing in high A and a little bit of double A, and he hit fucking 249 with like 20 home runs. This kid's raw power is just absolutely ridiculous. And the Reds are also a really good team for developing. He was a first round pick, 18th overall. I adore him. I absolutely adore him. He hit 248 with 20 home runs last year in high A. I can't say more about him. I have his PSA 10
Yep.
Atomic Bowman First Auto. I fucking love this kid. One of my favorite guys to buy under the radar. He's my number
Agreed.
two to Jordan Lawler, honestly.
Agreed. All right. Boy, I guess still have a lot on this list that we haven't talked about. But you know what? I'm
I
still
don't
gonna
have much left,
lean.
honestly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna skip over here. It's just I'm gonna throw their names out because they're kind of honorable mentions. Matt Shaw, dude, he's putting up Premier 12. Like he's
Yes.
unreal. And this stuff again,
He's
still not
also
insanely
amazing.
expensive. Sebastian Walcott, I'm a massive believer in this kid. Um,
So his stuff, I didn't put him on because his
it's
stuff has
expensive.
fucking flown up.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Flown.
Exactly.
Now
Um,
that he officially has his first auto, quotations,
yep,
quotations.
yep.
Um, yeah, I think his stuff has gone crazy. I always like when I'm at a show, they look at my out of 99 and it gets so many looks. I actually
Yeah.
did sell my Arjun Namala, but again, I don't think he's a good buy either. He did have a better
Yeah.
year, but
Yeah.
continue with
So I'm gonna throw my guy who again is still like oddly affordable. He's slipped a little bit in the team rankings. That's just because they've had some massive draft picks and some international signings. But it's Michael Arroyo, dude. Michael Arroyo is
yes. Yes.
awesome. He's still
Mhm.
only 20. He's got the chops to play second or short. He made it up to high A, and it actually had his basically his best season in the leap to high A. So next
And
year's a make or
he
break,
went to
right?
the Reds, right? Michael Roy, or
Arroyo's
is he
still a
still in
Mariner.
Seattle? Okay,
Yes.
so this
Yep.
was I don't know why I'm thinking of a different guy, but
Edwin Arroyo is the Reds.
Edwin Royal.
Yep.
This is my point with Michael Royal is that his stuff's going to go up because of the fall of Feldman and Celestin. With that injury he had, Feldman and Celestin's going to be out for quite a bit, and this
Yeah.
is a perfect time for Michael Royal kind of slip his way in to that prospect spot and get his way up above Feldman and Celestin to possibly take that middle infield spot
Yeah.
from Celestin.
But right now is the time because he's high A and he'll be in double A next year. And if he performs in double A, like that's
It's
when
going
his
to explode.
stuff is gonna explode.
Yeah,
Yep.
same thing with Montez. Same thing with
Yeah.
Montez. I mean, but
Yep.
also Montez now is a premium prospect.
Yes. 100%.
So, I will double up here because you didn't like them, but these are two guys. I'll go on the team of Bowman Draft.
We've already done 5, but I like where your head's at. I'm going 6.
I'm keep going. I'll go all fucking night. I swear to God, I'll fire him off. We're gonna go through the top 100 and say the guys we hate. Hey, I'll go Hagen Smith. I'll go fucking anyone. But two guys for Bowman Draft that I think are gonna. Oh, Jamie's here.
Yep, we got a guest. We've got a guest.
Got her. Um, so two guys. I'm gonna go with number one for Bowman Draft. I think this guy is gonna be still under the radar a little bit. Had a phenomenal debut season to pro ball. Is Nick Kurtz for the A's. As we know, the A's are moving to Sacramento,
It'll
and
be
I just
expensive,
think
bro.
I think he's gonna be under the radar behind, fucking behind Bazana and all the other guys. I think he's gonna be in the top 5 or 6, 7 for Bowman Draft, but I think he will be the ones to actually chase after later in the offseason when things cool down.
Yeah, I don't know,
My
dude.
my
With
next
with,
one.
with the release coming out, and he killed the fall league when he made
I
it.
know,
He's
I
gonna be
know.
expensive, bro.
So here's my next one,
Yeah.
and we talk about him. They have unfortunately, poor player development, but he did, again, play phenomenal in his first year of pro ball. JJ Weatherholt. And he's a goddamn
He's
shortstop.
yeah, but he's not in draft. You have to wait till 2025 Bowman.
Is he not in Bowman Draft?
Not in draft.
I thought he was gonna be in it.
Him and Condon are the two that didn't make it in.
No, no, no. You said, oh, Weatherholt's not gonna.
Weatherholt.
Okay. Then nix my Weatherholt. I also, Vance Honeycutt is not gonna be in it either.
Yeah, dude, 3 big names. It's crazy.
And you know what's funny is that Vance Honeycutt, JJ Weatherholt are the two guys that were the consensus first and second overall pick to start the season.
Yeah, insane,
What a steal!
insane.
What a steal for the Orioles for Vance Honeycutt, though.
Seriously.
I think that's all I got for my best buys. I think I
I
listed
got
everyone.
I got one more in here, and he again.
I want this one to punch me in the face. It better be a fucking good one.
Okay, all right. I don't think his autos are that expensive. Just while I'm doing it, yeah, dude, his firsts are still cheap. I'm looking at a refractor that just sold for $50. So I'm gonna go Hao Yuli.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Wait. And let's talk about why this could be a big bang urban auto because of how Yu Lee does become a very good player. His autos are in fucking Chinese.
Yes.
They're not in kanji. Don't fucking call it kanji.
Yeah,
He's from. Oh wait, he's not even Chinese. I think how Yu Lee's actually Korean.
And his megas. He's Taiwanese. He's from
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Yes.
It's Taiwan.
But his megas and after, so everything else he's autographed since his 23 Bowmans are like a regular weird scribbled signature.
Mm-hmm.
So his original Bowman Chrome first
And Taiwanese
are
are premium.
Taiwanese. Yeah, and he's awesome.
It's not fucking kanji. I swear to God. Someone comes up to me.
Yeah.
Someone did that at a show, and I actually got really upset. Dude, his auto's in
Yeah,
kanji. I'm like, dude, he's not from
yeah.
fucking Japan. He's
Now
not.
we'll have to find a place for him because obviously, Colt Keith did show out in the Tigers. So someone's gonna have to shift to second, or sorry, to
Colt
shortstop.
Keith. Colt Keith, goodbye.
Somebody's gonna have to shift to
Fuck.
shortstop. Once they finally just put a dagger in Javi Baez. So we'll see if one of these kids can handle short.
Yeah, I agree. I like Yuli a lot, and I think he just shot up this year. He had a really good season.
Yeah,
Again, scary because how often do we see a good player from Taiwan?
yeah,
That
super cool.
often. Yeah, so that's our best and worst buys for the offseason. I really do stick by the names that we said in there for best buys. Maybe not Nick Kurtz so much, but again, Lawler, Cam Collier, Ballesteros, Owen Casey, any of those guys we really do adore, and we actually have done very, very, very well on them. So I want to talk about something real quick before we get into our Bowman Draft talk preview kind of jazz real quick. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go with Bowman Draft talk. I mean, we're going to talk
Okay,
about it anyway. I want to
sure.
do this. Save that. What I want to talk about that. So again, let's talk about the guys that are in it. We have
Mhm.
Travis Bazzana. These are not in order in any way. I will actually just pop the checklist on here for
Yeah.
us.
So 8 of the top 10 picks are in the product, right? So we already mentioned we're missing Weatherholt, we're missing Condon, probably the holdovers for 2025 Bowman. But you got
Mhm.
Bazzana, Burns, Kurtz, Hagen Smith, Caglione, Christian Moore, Connor Griffin, Seaver King. You've also got Cam Smith, you got Braden
Braden
Montgomery,
Montgomery,
you got Tibbs.
Chase
Um,
Burns,
so you got
uh,
massive names.
Christian
Um,
Moore, Hagen Smith.
yes.
There's a lot
Yep.
of good names there. This is again very, 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 very loaded product. There's a reason
Yes.
why it's so goddamn expensive. My issue is that it's so many people in this checklist that it's still going to be also Trey Savage is in here too.
Yes, research is in here. But check out the auto list. I mean, there's 99 autos. It's not crazy for prospect
No,
autographs,
I mean
right?
I do like that they put the Under Armour game autos back in. I fucking
Yeah,
love those.
those are dope.
There's not a ton
Um,
on this checklist they've revealed already. Actually, you know what? Full checklist. Who is going to be our retrofractors? Let's see.
I don't know. Do you think
I,
there's gonna be retro in draft?
there, there was last time. It was Tom Brady,
Ah, right. I forgot about the Brady chase. Right. I don't know if there's gonna be a
and it
an
was
Easter
someone
egg in
else. It
there.
was someone else big one. In tune.
Yeah,
I
they
I'm not
have the
seeing
etched in
it.
glass
So
again. I did see the etched in glass did make the checklist. So there's a pretty cool chase insert. Um,
as always, ton of dual autos.
yeah.
New plasma power
Hmm.
autograph checklist here. I'm not seeing anything for that. I'm not.
Yeah.
Draft prospect portrait. I actually did like when they did the Randy Johnson snippets.
Yeah, that was
Like
cool.
those I love those. Those are really cool. They
Yeah,
didn't
those
do
are
a lot
cool.
of for money wise, but there's your image variations for your Bowman first guys.
Yep.
So we got image variations. Look out for them. Travis Bazzana, Hagen Smith, Jack Caglione, obviously another huge name in this. Christian
Yep.
Moore, Connor Griffin, Chase Burns, Nick Kurtz, Braden Montgomery, Cam Smith, and Bryce Rayner. Kalen Culpepper is also a really great name to look at.
Yep.
Cam
So
Caminiti,
I like
a
Dante
lot of big
Nori
names.
as a sneaky sleeper. Um,
Okay.
he was a high school kid. I think he's from Canada. First round pick at the end of the first round by the Phillies, and they basically just like threw a dart at the dartboard because they didn't have a whole lot of needs. So they took the kid with like probably pretty raw out of high school, but like massive ceiling. So he
Yeah.
might be one of those kids that could be pretty cheap in a PYP or pretty, one of the cheaper singles around release that could develop into something pretty big down the line.
Yeah. I, I remember we were at David Adams' show, and some dude came up to us, and he was like, "Do you guys have any Trey Savage?" I'm like, "Well, he doesn't have any cards yet, so they'll be coming out." And he's like, "Yeah, my daughter dates him." I'm like, "What?" I'm like that's fucking awesome. I'm like, that is
Yep,
that is pretty killer. I mean, I
that's dope.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's expensive. I
Yeah,
think it's like retail's already in the mid fives, maybe upper fives, probably before we even hit release for a jumbo. Super jumbos, are going to be pushing 800 to 900 bucks. So just nature of the beast breaks will be expensive because every box is fucking crazy.
yeah. I mean, we really can't stress enough that this is the king of brake products. I mean, brake spots are also really expensive. If you do some randos, $50 randos, maybe you'll hit big. Um, it's a heavy product. Again, just because of the poor timing of me having a child, I'm gonna be probably not buying any Bowman Draft. I know you, Rick, you were talking about it. I know you were thinking about it. It's not the
Dude,
worst idea. I mean,
I had one in my cart. I was itching for a rip. I was going back and forth between two 24 Chrome updates, two Allen and Ginters, or one draft jumbo. And just economically, I went Allen Ginter. Plus, I'm a geek for the oddities, so I love heritage. You know
yeah, you
that.
are.
I
Yeah.
do love Allen and Ginter. So I'm chasing some funky stuff.
Yeah, I obviously I would absolutely love to buy it, but I ripped one last year and it was not good for me. I did not do great on mine.
Dude,
So
that's
I
the
I'm
problem.
gonna go ahead. My probably big grab on this one for breaks and maybe singles right off the bat is I'm probably gonna grab some Nick Kurtz to grade and maybe some Braden Montgomery. I just think Bazzana, Caglione are gonna have some really fucking high price tags that I don't want to pay right now. Like
Mhm.
I like when Walker Jenkins came out, like a base auto was like $400 and now a PSA 10's at like 300. So again, I could wait. I'm not in any way in a rush to get them. I'll probably wait till more towards January, February because the release is December 14th, I believe, for this.
Yep.
So I'll probably end up waiting. Grab a parallel auto, maybe refractor or like a purple, maybe something higher end depending on the price of Nick Kurtz. So I think he's my kind of one to chase right now. But
I dig
yeah,
it.
that is going to be our little Bowman draft preview. I mean, there's so many guys on here to talk about, and they're all great. So if you have any other questions, obviously reach out to us on the Instagram. We can have some more. We just got a little bit more to talk about on our long season finale episode. X that out. All right. So now what do we got? We have product releases. So we got Stadium Club just recently coming out. Um, it's always beautiful. I actually saw someone at the show brought me us a first day issue of Fernando Tatis. It was fucking killer. And then a dual auto of who was it? Who was it?
It was Strider and Maddox.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It
Well,
was
also
awesome.
Strider, really good buy. Really good buy. Um,
Yep.
Strider it was yeah. So I like Stadium Club, but again, I if you know me and if you listen to the podcast, I do stay away from paper products. I do love Stadium Club, but I like Stadium Club Chrome better. So, but Stadium Club looked great this year. It's just becoming too expensive.
Yeah.
I unfortunately have to stay away from it.
Yeah. My problem with Stadium Club is it's again, photography is phenomenal. It's the coolest action shots in the hobby, in my opinion. But
Mhm.
the auto checklist is so freaking deep, dude, and it's filled with honestly some trash. Um, the auto checklist is like 150 to 160 names just in the base autos. Then there's 40 inserts that all have autos. It's yeah, to me, just the odds of hitting a name and even getting close to getting your money back is so long in Stadium Club.
Yeah, and then they have those like special one auto boxes that I bought, and they were just so fucking bad, dude. Just all
Hmm.
base, nothing fucking
Yes.
good. Like $5. I think I pulled a $5 Michael Togliatto.
Yep.
It was just not worth it to me in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Then we had obviously got Bowman Draft coming out on the 14th, and we had Topps Chrome come out, Topps Chrome Update come out. Have you seen how much fucking mega boxes they're going for?
I saw him consistently going for like 70 to 80 bucks on whatnot.
Double 'em.
Already?
Yeah,
Jeez.
because of the people pulling the debut patches. $150. It's
Debut
insane.
patches are in megas?
I believe they're in there too. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know they were in megas. That's insane. But yeah, dude, that's
That's what I saw on Twitter. I saw people tweeting about it. That's my only reference. I didn't open any, so
Yeah,
I can't. But yeah, $150 I've seen. I could be very wrong here. That's what I've been seeing people posting.
damn.
It's just the hobbies are too expensive now for me either. I don't want to. I'm just not going to do it. I can't.
Yeah, for,
I have no interest. I'd rather just buy a single. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go buy a Top Scrum update of a Jackson Holiday parallel auto for fucking $250.
yeah,
You know, there's no point.
yeah,
No point.
yeah. Agreed.
Down to our last few things. AFL recap. This is all you because you love the AFL. There's a few guys I always want to mention too. Like, I mean, like Thomas Sagasi had a phenomenal AFL.
Yep.
Moises Ballesteros was phenomenal. There's a few guys, and I also want to mention Dominican Winter League. Jordan Lawler was fucking incredible.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep. So yeah, some of the highlights for me, obviously, we saw Jose, I think this is pronounced Jose Briseño. He set the AFL home run record. He hit 10 bombs. He doesn't have any firsts yet. I anticipate him to be in 2025. Bowman will probably be his first product he'll be in. So along with Weatherholt and Condon, we'll have some massive international names to that pool. A guy I haven't heard his name in a while, Nico Cavadas. He tore it up, dude. He hit 6 dingers. He had over 1,100 OPS.
Okay, listen. This is someone that I'm actually really upset about. Okay, because you remember me talking about Cavadas when the
Yeah,
Sox
we
needed a first baseman.
long time ago. Yeah,
They
dude.
and they hit because Dom Smith came in, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Cavadas is hitting like 300 with like 18 home runs at the beginning of the season, and he was just murdering the ball in
Yeah,
AAA. And I went to go see him like 3 times for the Bisons, and I'm like, "Why isn't this guy getting called up?"
yeah.
Then they trade him for nothing
Nothing.
to the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Cavadas really has the potential to be a really fucking good player. I
Yeah,
really
dude.
do. I like
He
him
murdered it.
I like him a lot. A lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A guy who's back from the dead. So he has really, really, really struggled with injuries, but he was, I think, in their top 3 or 4 prospects for the A's. And I'm super stoked he crushed in the NFL because I'm sitting on a bunch of his stuff. Is Denzel Clark. I love this kid. He's electric. He is Lawrence Butler
Yeah,
before Lawrence Butler. He's awesome. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. But again, it speaks to the depth of the A's, dude. The soon-to-be Sacramento A's. They're loaded. We talk about them on almost every podcast. Obviously, we always drool over Kobe Thomas. Lawrence Butler
fuck. You
was
said it. I
awesome,
was gonna
dude.
leave it. I just realized we didn't say his name for Best
Yeah.
Buys.
If you index every single podcast, I think the guy we mentioned the absolute most is
Yeah,
Kobe Thomas.
it is. And he
Yeah.
still hasn't answered me on Instagram. I'm a little upset
Yeah,
at him.
motherfucker.
So what the fuck, Kobe?
Yeah.
I've adored you for the last years. I have 2 of your best cards, okay?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I love you. Answer me on Instagram.
The race to the bigs is on between Trey Morgan and Isaac, or the race to get traded, because they're both awesome, dude. It's hard to project which
My
one's going to
issue
be
is
the one.
Trey Morgan gonna play outfield?
So there you go. That's going to have to be the solution, I think, if you're going to fit both these guys in a lineup, because Isaac is a future 40 home run guy. He just is. He's got some of the most. His exit velos are up there with guys like Mark McGuire, Giancarlo Stanton, like the biggest of the biggest pop.
And
He
he's still
rivals
so
exit
young.
velo, and he's still so young.
So here is my issue. And I keep on between you and fucking Sean doing this to me. I swear to God, you two are fucking tearing me apart. What he likes fucking Morgan, you like Isaac, and you guys are tearing me down the goddamn middle. I started with Isaac. I loved Isaac, but he struggled mightily, like in the middle of the year. Then fucking Trey Morgan started going off, and I love LSU. Then fucking back and forth, and then Xavier Isaac comes back and tears it up. I don't know who to like. Here's my plus minuses
You can
for
like
this
both.
shit.
Let's like both.
Okay, can't like them both. I'm not gonna do it. I'm picking one. Xavier Isaac has superstar fucking power potential. Okay, but his average scares the shit out of me sometimes. Trey Morgan can hit for fucking 320 if he wanted to, but again, I feel like he's only gonna hit 15
But
home runs ever.
is he James Loney? Is he James Loney?
Don't you put him on that, Ricky Bobby. Don't you dare. He could be though. I mean, he could literally be, or Andre Ethier. He could be fucking the same thing. It could be that kind of player.
Yeah.
You know, a 20.
Yep.
Andre Ethier hit 30 home runs once, but like he's always been that like 300 guy and like 15
Yeah.
home runs. I mean,
Hmm.
it could be that kind of player.
Yep.
I thought James Loney was gonna be so good, really did. Um,
um.
that's a shout. Wow,
Yeah.
James Loney, what a shout
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is. But it's hard for me to decide between both. I just do think that the Rays really like Trey Morgan, but I
Yeah.
do think they do favor Xavier Isaac. Obviously, he's a higher caliber prospect. But I
Yep.
mean, Trey Morgan's nothing to scoff at. He's just
Yeah.
I'm like Trey Morgan is a big boy. Where's
Yeah.
like Trey? Hit the fucking ball out of the fucking park.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You know?
Yep. Cole Emerson proved he's absolutely legit.
Mhm.
He's awesome. Drake Baldwin continued to put on a show. It looks like his
He's
bat.
someone I'm not he's a Braves prospect, right?
Yeah, base catching prospect.
I'm just, like, not super familiar with him, but I do hear his name, and,
Yeah.
he always intrigues me. He does.
Yep. Yep. He's been putting on a show. Our boy, the Meatwad, Moises Ballesteros was awesome. Tommy Troy was actually sneaky pretty good.
He did
Um,
good. Still
and
hate him.
one, yeah, and one like super exciting thing for just baseball in general. We got to see Andrew Painter come back and absolutely fucking dominate. And we need I we need to see this
Pitching
kid in the bigs.
Jesus.
We
Time
need
out.
to see this kid in the bigs.
Andrew, if you thought
Mm.
Paul Skeens is good, Andrew Painter could be better.
Yep.
We could be seeing the next reincarnation of Jacob deGrom.
Yep.
And Andrew Painter has 2 Bowman First autos. He has a base and a Black Ray Wave, which we talked about. Some of the
Yep.
most sought after cards in all of Bowman because they're so short printed that you can't find them.
Yep.
There's 2 Black Ray Waves, PSA 10s, on this earth, and they're on eBay.
Yep.
2.
For a ton of money.
And I want them
Yep.
so fucking bad. I'm gonna sell my truck and I'm gonna buy those autos. I
um.
want it so. You know what? If we go to the National next year and they are there, Rick,
Yep.
I'm gonna make you buy it for me.
Yeah. I like it.
Fucking
Last
that
little,
thing is
yeah.
crazy.
Last little note. A couple of the guys that I have always been a big fan of on the super cheap. Gabriel Rincones, solid,
Also,
not spectacular, but solid. And the biggest, fattest boy on the block, Blue Jays prospect Peyton Williams. If you see this kid,
Big Tubber.
yes, big boy. He looks like he's slinging burgers at a McDonald's, but
Hits bombs.
he should hit more bombs. But he hit close to 300 with over an 800 OPS. So, for super cheap for $4 auto, he might be worth picking up a few.
It's very much a Tom Lingino guy.
That's it. That's all we got for the recap.
And I think our last topic. Oh well, we got our MLB awards, and all we really have right now is our. I'll share the screen. We actually have our. It's just the MLB first and second team stuff, which I thoroughly fucking disagree with. I kind of hate it, but here you go. So there's our first team. You got William Contreras, who was absolutely phenomenal. Vlad had a second half resurgence that just was incredible. Incredible. Ketel Marte is absolute stud. Bobby Witt Jr., in my opinion, is the best shortstop in the MLB, and is probably the third to second best player in the MLB. Not even close. Jose Ramirez, diamond in the rough, we all know. Aaron Judge, yes. Juan Soto. This is one that I fucking disagree with thoroughly. Mookie Betts over Jaron Duran. Mookie was hurt all year. How are you gonna fucking do that?
Yeah, it's crude. It's brutal. I mean, Duran was top 5 in WAR, top 6 in WAR. I think it's insane.
Yeah.
that he's not on here.
His OPS was well over 1,000.
Yeah,
Like, this was just ridiculous. I think actually Jaron Duran was third in MLB in WAR. Just didn't make sense to me.
yeah, third
But
hitter
again,
in WAR. It's
these
crazy.
these are some of your superstars of the game. These are guys that, like, if you have these cards of rookies, like, you got something good. And then we got obviously the greatest player of all time, Shohei Ohtani. Chris Sale, who breaks my heart, had a phenomenal year. Again, Chris Sale won the Triple Crown this year. He's going to win the AL or NL Cy Young. Tarek Skubal won the Triple Crown. I don't know. I think the last time someone won the Triple Crown for pitching was Shane Bieber, and these
Jeez.
guys did it. And these guys did it together. Fucking incredible year for both of them. Paul Skeens, unbelievable. Zach Wheeler, phenomenal. Corbin Burns was iffy, but he actually did very good like toward late in the year. Emilio Clase is probably the best closer in the league, despite his playoff performance. Helsley, finally, I think I'm just so happy we get some recognition for Ryan Helsley because he is
Yeah.
fucking elite.
Oh, it's incredible.
Why? I don't know why we haven't got this recognition for him,
Yeah.
but he's fucking incredible, and he throws gas.
Yeah. And he still probably only made it because Mason Miller was an idiot and punched the fucking dugout wall or whatever.
True. Top to their side, Salvador Perez, second team. It turned out to be an ageless wonder. In my opinion, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. One of the he is right there in line with fucking Christ on the cracker. Why am I blinking here? He's one of the best catchers of all time. Yachty. He's Yachty. Oh my god.
Oh.
And I'm a catcher. I can't believe I said that, and I didn't remember. He is right on par with Yachty as one of the best catchers of all time. Salvador Perez is fucking incredible. He captained the team. He's one of two captains in MLB, and he captained the team to the World Series and brought this what was we thought was going to be a poverty team this year to a nice playoff run with Bobby Witt Jr.
Yep.
Bryce Harper, superstar, we all know. Jose Altuve, happy to see him on here. I don't care with all your cheating bullshit. He's a 5'5" second baseman that made MLB and became the 30 home run superstar. I love him to death.
Yeah.
Lindor, if it wasn't for Bobby Witt Jr., would obviously be on first team. Machado, I don't agree with this. I just didn't think Machado had that fucking great of a year. I think it was a great year, but not. I think there's other guys you could pick. Devers. Devers is hurt too, but still.
Matt Chapman had a monster year.
Yeah. Jackson Merrill was incredible rookie, second team. That's phenomenal. Jaron Duran was just crazy this year, like superstar outfielder. Teoscar Hernandez had a phenomenal, surprising year.
So good, dude.
Phenomenal. Jordan Alvarez is good as always. Seth Lugo had a very, very surprisingly good year. Happy to see him on the second team. It was great. Cease, happy to see a bounce back for him. We knew he was a superstar pitcher, and he came back and did it. Shota, so fucking good. He, you honestly you had 5 rookie of the year winners, and I know that, and they would have won rookie of the year in the AL over completely everyone else.
For sure, dude.
Framber, phenomenal. Before I think Framber was great before you got Tommy John, right?
Framber didn't hit for Tommy John.
Who got hurt for? I thought Framber got hurt. Who got hurt on? It was the other one, right?
They had a couple guys that actually get hurt. Christian Javier got hurt.
Christian Javier got Tommy John. Michael King was so fucking good for the Padres.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Mason Miller, we know, is just one of the greatest relievers we'll ever see at this point. He's going to uptick to be a legendary reliever. And then you got Kirby Yates, who had a phenomenal year.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the awards. And I mean, we're going to look at MVP, American League, Judge, NL, Ohtani. I think it should be Bobby Witt Jr., but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yep.
And then Cy Young is Sale and Skubal. That's fucking obvious.
100%.
Anything else to say about that?
No, yeah, and really the rookies of the year are the only thing up for sort of debate. I still think it's probably going to go to Cowser. I think if the closest of the two is probably this one. A heel.
Yeah, you said, but who was it? Is it Baseball America or someone that gave it to Luis Heel?
Yeah, gave it to Luis Heel, but I don't know, man. I still think it's probably going to be Cowser.
I mean, maybe it changes now that Willier won the Gold Glove.
Yeah. And NL is awesome. It's historic of a season that Jackson Merrill had. It's Skeens, dude.
Yeah,
it is. It just is Skeens.
I mean, then you have Yamamoto, Imanaga. Like, what the fuck, man? Dude, I know he's loaded with rookies. And Churio. Well, that's nothing to scoff at. Obviously, he is going to have such a crazy second year, dude.
He's a superstar.
He's going to be one. I'm really considering. I'm very much considering keeping this Bowman first auto.
Hold that shit.
And it's a double 10.
Yeah. Hold it.
Like, yeah, dude. All right. And to wrap up our season finale this year, before we do it, I just want to say, everyone who's a listener on this show, you really don't understand how much it means to us to listen to the show, come up to us and just tell us how much you love it, enjoy it, helps you guys. We put in a lot of work and dedicate a lot of our time to it. And I have great people here, Rick, Tom, and Sean, who started that with me and he's been crazy busy and doing his own thing right now. We'll probably have him back like eventually, but Rick here has been a phenomenal help, has been my partner in crime for card shows. Obviously, Rick, thank you to you. You're the fucking man. And now has been one of my closest friends since we've gotten into this and been partners for cards. We're gonna branch out, go travel for card shows and everything. So we just want to thank from both of us and everyone, thank you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't keep doing this because we absolutely adore this and we want to keep growing and bring you the content and growing this hobby as much as we can. So
Well said, buddy.
thank you. Last one is what in our so far in our collecting since we've gotten into it in the last 4 or 5 years. Because I figured it out the one day. I was actually trying to make this player's rainbow until I realized how bad I just don't think he's good. And I put a lot of money into him. And
Yeah.
I think you know who it is for me. Who has been our biggest bust in the hobby? Who have we taken the biggest shit on? And I think I already know who you're gonna pick, but you go.
I unfortunately have three because I have three very near complete rainbow.
Oh God. Oh God.
I have three. I think I'm a red short of two rainbows, and I think I'm a red and orange short of this rainbow.
But here, listen. This is something that it's a learning experience, and it really,
Yeah.
honestly, it's a great story. And it's not the whole hobby is not about making money.
Yeah.
I have done this. I do make money off it here and there, but I just love, first of all, collecting the guys I love in the sport, and I love the friends I make and the experience we get to do, and eventually, get a table at the national one day. That's always the goal. But it's the people that we meet and the experiences we have and getting the cards we love is what it's all about. But again, these mistakes happen. Don't let it ruin your collecting. Get,
I'm gonna save the worst one for last. So kind of in order.
they're all bad.
Yeah, they're all bad. In order, number 3 is Brock Jones.
Oh Lord.
I have everything down to just the red of his rainbow. I mean, come on, Stanford. The Rays, the organization, the scouts, the media. He was hyped as he's the center fielder of the future on a team that had guys like Wander. Like big names of a very exciting, like perennial powerhouse. So I went in on Brock Jones. I even graded several of his. I have an orange shimmer 10. I have a true blue 10.
Oh no. All right, you're
Yeah,
good. Go.
yeah.
It's
Brock
so
Jones is
bad
so
that
bad, it
you broke
throws my
the
screen.
fucking stream.
So,
All right, you're good.
number 2 is Wilmer Flores. That's the younger brother who also has the same name, Wilmer Flores, pitcher in the Tigers organization. He's been in 2 Futures games, so there's
Are
still
you
a
sure it's
future.
not Victor Mesa and Victor Mesa?
Victor Reyes, yeah.
Victor Mesa Jr.?
Yeah. So he's Wilmer's been in 2 Futures games, so there's still a path to where he could be a viable, reliever probably in the bigs. But I think his shine on his prospect status is long gone at this point. And number 1 with a bullet, Jacob Marcy. Jacob fucking Marcy. The crazy part is I invested so heavily in him with a buddy of mine who's also huge collector. Before the AFL pop, I've told the story, but like he pops in the AFL. I'm like, right, we're selling now, right? Like he's like, no, dude,
Yeah.
when he hits the bigs, it's gonna double what it is now. So I listened like a jackass, and now I'm sitting on a near rainbow of worthless Jacob Marcy.
Yeah. You know what you should do? You should just complete the rainbow.
Yeah, right. Just go and buy a red.
Just you don't have a super, do you?
No, I don't honestly, I don't put the supers technically in the rainbow just because it's
Okay.
so impossible to get, but yeah.
Yeah, if you want a true rainbow, you have to start with a super. It's not a no
Yeah.
ifs, ands, or
Yeah,
buts.
yeah,
We
yeah.
talked about this. But you should just go and buy the Jacob Marcy super in the red and just be like,
Yeah.
"Fuck it.
Yeah.
Love this guy." That'll be a great dude, imagine only listen, you have to vow to me, okay? If we see the Jacob Marcy Superfractor auto at the National, you have to fucking buy it.
What's the number? Right? Like, where would I be comfortable buying
500?
it? Like, sub 5? Yeah. I might have to buy if it's sub 5.
Oh, I'll give you money. I don't care. I'll put money in. I'll do it.
Alright.
I don't care. I'll do it. So I'll give real quick. I'll actually give Sean's. Sean's I remember thoroughly because it's ingrained in my mind. It was Nolan Jones. He
Mm,
had a Topps Chrome Gold rookie auto PSA 10,
damn.
and he went in the season. He ended up dipping it just enough where he was struggling, but not. Everyone's like he's gonna turn around. He sold to another guy we know, and he got out of it. But that was his truly biggest bust in the hobby. And then he ended up selling his whole case bulk to a guy at the National.
Yep.
That was his biggest bust.
Yep.
My biggest bust was a guy who it was when I was first starting collecting, and I thought I had like a big fucking I thought I had like a big $1,000,000 rainbow starting in my hand, and it was Blaze Jordan. So I
Mm,
had
mhm.
I had multiple non-auto colors. I had Sapphire auto. I had a Sapphire Aqua auto. I had his like fucking blue auto. And I thought I was ready for the big time, like, I'm gonna make so much money off this kid because he was a Red Sox prospect, he was a 500-foot home run hitter as, like, a 16-year-old. Yeah, I got rid of it. Actually, there's a guy on Facebook I know, and he is such a believer in him still. He buys all this stuff, and I'm like, I tell him, "This kid sucks. He ain't gonna make the big
Mm,
leagues for the Red Sox. There's nowhere to put him." And this guy's like, "You're
mhm.
an idiot. You're an idiot. You don't know nothing." I'm like, "Whatever, dude. Spend all the money you want." That was absolutely my biggest bust is Blaze Jordan, and,
Oof.
I also busted on Jackson Churio. I mean, like, I sold his stuff too early. I took a loss on it. James Wood, I think lost some money on. I've lost money on a ton of guys, but I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of the name of the game. We always do.
So I will tell a story. This is obviously it's not a baseball story. It's a football card story. But when I was in high school, um, which we're going back to 2002,
In the
I
1900s,
yeah, almost 2002, almost. Last century. Um, so I invested, I mean, heavily for a ninth grader in 2002, heavily into a quarterback. What quarterback in 2002 do you think I should have been investing in?
Mike Vick.
Close, Tom Brady, right? So in 2002, I bought a 2000 Contenders ticket auto. I bought an SPX jersey auto. I bought SP Authentic rookie auto of a guy named Chris Redman,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. And if you look at his 2002 stats, I think they were like 4-1 at the time. He was lighting it up. He goes down. Kyle Bowler or somebody else steps in. I don't think he ever got another snap for the Ravens. And now, I mean, to this day, I still have all those. And at that time, his autos were the same, basically the same price as Brady's.
Jesus Christ.
Now that Brady contender ticket auto is like 30 grand in like a 7. uh, so that's my biggest bust ever. Chris Redman.
That is not great. That is
No,
not great.
no.
I regret not buying Roman Anthony earlier too.
Yeah, dude.
Well, who
For sure.
thought he was gonna do what he's gonna do?
Right.
One of my biggest come up was someone gave me a Christian Campbell, Bowman first auto
Yeah.
as an extra in, like, a Red Sox lot. They're like, "Oh,
The
yeah, I'll throw
best.
this in for you too for free." I was like, "Okay, cool."
It's the best.
And it just sits there that's the thing, keep your fucking shitty Bowman first autos, don't sell them for,
Yeah.
like, a dollar. Just you
Yep.
never know when these guys could pop off.
Yeah, dude.
But for the season finale, we're at an hour and a half right now. Again, a beautiful experiment that we did and that we brought from nothing. And now here we are to doing it over the laptop and we're gonna have some content. We're actually gonna do content the national. I'm gonna make Rick do it because he's better than me at that kind of stuff. He's gonna
You
carry
got
around
it.
the phone thing, and
You got it.
but we're gonna come at you soon. Probably, I'm gonna say we are gonna take some months off here. Recoup, rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right around probably March, when maybe late February when
Yeah.
spring starts to kick in. And yeah, just thank you guys. We love you guys very much, and love you, buddy. And
Yeah.
way to kick ass this year. And we'll see you guys in a few months. Peace out.
Peace out.